Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another MechMerlin build stream. Thanks, everyone, for joining in super early. I see an Aaron will no scope you, PTM, and Cat Dirk. Thanks, guys, for joining in so early. There we go. Special promotion going on Cannonkeys right now. If you purchase any of their Brutalist series of boards, Brutalist being the Savage 65, Obliterated 75, Wrecked 1800, any of those, and you pair it with a keycap set or a switch, you'll get 40% or 45% off respectively on that item. So yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. Tonight I am building the Savage 65 in blue. Hopefully you guys caught my unboxing just the other day. This is my first Brutalist series board that I'm building for myself, so not quite sure what to make of it quite yet. Yeah, tonight I am building them with CJ switches, Gateron CJ switches, and topping it with NicePBT black on gray. So quite excited to see how this will go. As always, I like to pre-build my boards just because I feel like doing stabilizers saves so much time. Look at that, that's the Savage 65 PCB. USB-C port is built on top of it. It's not daughter board like some of their newer boards like the Buccaneco 65. Yeah, look at that. Savage version 1.0B using an STM microcontroller. That's all pretty good. I have all the stabilizers in already. These are Durock V2 stabilizers. I'll be switching over to OwlLab stabilizers pretty soon, but this is my last batch of Durock V2s. But yeah, they did send me cherry stabs, but you know, don't really feel confident about them, so I'll stick with what I know. Ishiru says, what's the mount type? This is a burger top mount board. Right, Konako executed the build command. Yeah, tonight I'm building a Savage 65 sponsored by Cannonkeys. Cannonkeys sent this out to me because they're currently running a sale on their Brutalist series of boards. If you guys pair it with either a switch or a keycap set, you can get 40% off your keycap set or 45% off the corresponding switches that you bought. This is going to be nice. It's kind of, yeah, it is. It's definitely gonna be nice. I've typed on a few of these before. I kind of know what they feel like, but you know, it's very different typing on a board at a meetup versus typing on a board on your own desk in your own environment for, you know, for a long time. Arc Chaser says, I love Cannonkeys keyboards. I have the Bake 60 and 65 as well. Such great keyboards for the price. Yeah. I think that was Upas's goal when he started up Cannonkeys. Wanted to have more affordable keyboards. Or more accessible keyboards at least. You know, so with the Buccaneco, right? It's in my opinion, it results in a overall better typing feel than a typical tray mount. The one thing that I don't particularly like is that I feel like the gummy worm gasket tends to make the board higher pitch sounding, whereas the tray mount, you can actually like make it deeper sounding or higher pitched, really depending on the switches and plate that you choose. Whereas for, you know, the Buccaneco, it always seems to be higher pitched. Right. And I think I'm done. Let me open up VIA again, and we'll do some tests. Go. Perfect. Everything works. Manny Rodriguez says he's super late. No problem, man. Actually coming in at the right time. Though I will have to say we probably have another like 15 minutes to go after I take apart this case, because I still have to put all of those O-rings on. And that, honestly, in my opinion, is probably going to be the most annoying part of this stream for me. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it open. Woo. Yeah. There we go. Look at these tiny ones. Yeah, remembering with the Satisfaction 75, this is one of the things I hate most about burger mounting. You gotta get them all lined up just right. Yeah, I believe most people who go for the brass options do it for the looks. Or, you know, for the bragging rights. It's pretty badass if you can tell someone, you know, my board is made out of brass. It's $1,000. Or my board has my board's weight costs more than your entire keyboard. You know. Any suggestions for keycaps that look good on a red keyboard besides Red Samurai? On a red keyboard, Honeywell. GMK Honeywell would look really good on that. Or, what else? What would look good on red? Something gray. GMK Oblivion would look good on that. Let's see what else. Something black. Black and red is a good color combo. The Ithrox says true, but it depends if it is part of the impact part of the resonance cavity. That is true. Like I said earlier, it depends on your board design as well. But if we're talking about material-wise, like what I was talking about, then yes. All right. Okay, I've got everything in place. Yep. With a few gaskets to spare, or rather there's one gasket to spare. All right, should I put polyfill in? Reviews of the Savage 65 said that it was really hollow, even with the polyfill. You know, with that information, I think I might just cut out my own dampening material. But what I'm using here is this toolbox liner. Nothing too special. You can pick this up over at your grocery store, pick it up at Target and all that, Home Depot. The particular brand I use is called Magic Cover. There we go. Okay. Let's do it. Look at that. It's a nice color match, right? Blue and blue. Earlier I said I was going to be using black on gray because the NicePBT Sailor doesn't really work very well. Like the blue doesn't match it properly. Let's see, Whisper says, what are your thoughts on this Keeb or the Brutalist series now that you have gotten the switches in? I think it's a cool build. I haven't exactly piped on it yet, so can't comment on the sound or the feel. But give me a few moments here once I put keycaps on. Can definitely comment on it. No Winter Tundra. No, Winter Tundra wouldn't match with it either. Page down and end. There we go. We done. Here we go. This is the Cannonkeys 765 built with FR4 plate, Gateron CJ switches, lubed with 205G0, topped off with NicePBT black on gray. I've also put in my own custom dampening. Custom dampening is basically just toolbox liner. There, let's do a quick typing test. So this is how my room sounds without all of the noise processing. All right, here we go. Alright, so just on that initial typing sound, I'm going to take back what I said about muted. The main alphas definitely sound muted, but over here by the spacebar sounds super hollow. And in fact, if I hit enter or backspace hard enough, actually it's more so on the enter key that sounds super hollow. I feel like I could use another layer of foam. Actually, right there, yeah. Probably put another layer of foam there. There seems to be plenty of space underneath it for more foam. Yeah. You know what? I could probably put the polyfill in it. Polyfill and the dampening. That should do the trick. So I recently just learned this, but polyfill is actually what's used in what's used in speakers and all that. Almost feels like I'm doing like a stocking stuffer of sorts. Okay. I think that's fine. Clockbait says, what's up, Merlin? Nothing much. Trying to tune a board right now. Just finished building the 765. Experiencing some hollowness around the spacebar and the enter key, which is somewhat to be expected. It's because everyone I've talked to about their Brutalist series board has complained about some amount of hollowness. See, Ishiru says, had to lube my spacebar stabs. Had to lube. I would assume you lube every spacebar stabs. That's actually better. That's better. There's less hollowness, especially on the enter key. Okay, that seems to have made a difference. Yeah, I can still kind of hear it on the backspace, but that's only if I listen closely. Yeah, that's definitely helped it out. Okay, let's do another typing test. Here we go. This is with polyfill and toolbox liner. Yeah, that's definitely much better than it was before. So, in my opinion, this is a board that actually requires some kind of dampening under the PCB, which is unfortunate. Let's see. In terms of how it feels, I'm actually really liking these Gateron CJs. I think this is like my ideal weight. This feels great when I type. Yeah, I really like how it sounds on my alpha layer, but once I get further away, like the top layer here, and then even on the mods and the side, it stops sounding as good to me. But over here, this sounds great. It's not the best sound, but I do like it. But here, just kind of a little off. So I don't know. Maybe I just need more polyfill or something. I'm gonna say I still like my Phantom 65 better. I still like my Phantom 65 better than the Savage 65. You guys see it flexing? It's flexing, but for this one, not so much flex. Not that having no flex is a bad deal. Like, I actually prefer stiffer feeling boards, to be honest. But right now, just comparing these two boards, how they're built, I prefer the Phantom 65. This is my Think 6.5 V2 built with Durock palms, an FR4 plate, a Flexi PCB courtesy of Mauser Designs, and topped with the GMK Godspeed. So yeah. Okay, this one, I quite like the sound. A bit too flexy for my taste, but this sound is awesome. All right, well, we are at 10:19 p.m. here on the West Coast. We should probably end the stream soon. So here, let's go talk a little bit more about the Savage 65. As mentioned earlier, the Savage 65 is currently on a package deal on Cannonkeys. They're trying to promote their Brutalist series of boards. They're called the Brutalist series of boards because they take inspiration from Brutalist architecture. This is a top burger mount type board in which there are O-rings sandwiching the plate. Really, really tiny O-rings, so you guys can check out the build stream to see how I did those. For all intents and purposes, it's pretty much a top mount. But yeah, this was built with an FR4 plate, Gateron CJs, and topped with NicePBT black on grays. My take on the Savage 65 is that it's It's built well, but I did see a lot of scratches on the internals, especially once you took it apart. So none of the scratches are directly visible, like you do need to angle the board just to see them. So manufacturing quality control is fine. The thing that I'm not liking is what I've always been pointing out. This hole right here, this USB-C cutout, it's just a square. I guess it does adhere to Brutalist architecture design. My take on this board is that it's decent. It's decent, but it does require the foam. If you like the hollow sound, then yeah, do it without the foam. But for someone like me, someone with my preferences, I definitely prefer the foam. I ended up having to put my own custom toolbox liner, which I cut out on top of the polyfill, and that got the board closer to where I wanted it to be. I still hear some hollowness the further away we get from the center of the board, so that's something that actually does annoy me. In terms of feel, this is my first experience with the Gateron CJs. Quite like how they feel. Not completely sold on the sound, but that does not mean I dislike them. I like them, I'm just not in love with them. So yeah, not bad. Would I recommend the Savage 65? It's on par with the Bakanekos. I believe that if Cannonkeys started giving the same anodization with the Bakanekos as these boards, more people would pick the Bakanekos over this. Now, if you guys are looking for a fairly decent top mount board, or you've never tried top mount, you've never tried burger mount before, I think it's worth a shot, especially since it's on sale right now. You can either get switches for 45% off, or you can get a keycap set such as NicePBT for 40% off. But yeah, check it out. But yeah, if you guys are interested in a top mount board, head on over to Cannonkeys. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. My next stream will be, let's see. I did pick up a bunch of stuff from the mail today, so Thursday can be another unboxing stream. Yeah, thanks for joining in, and I'll see you on Thursday. Goodbye everyone.